holy. We are holy, holy, holy. We are
CSL Parker, it is good to be back. Stand if you are able. Let's sing and clap and shake our booties if you're into that. Here we go. I am open. I know you know this. Woo! I am open. I am open. I am open to receive the love in you and me. Love in you and me. I am open. I am open. I am open to receive the love in you and me. Let's sing that again and open just a little bit wider. Here we go. I am open. I am open. I am open. I am open to receive the love in you and me. I am open.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Whoa, I'm getting some feedback here. Welcome to Center for Spiritual Living, Parker.
Woo.
If I haven't met you yet, I'm David Howard, and I have the privilege of serving as the minister here at this beautiful community. What's that? Glorious! Yeah. In Dr. Vern's class, we're invited to design a T-shirt for ourselves that really talks about who we are, and I decided mine was going to be glorious.
Yes.
So we are all glorious this morning. So welcome. Glad you're here and bringing your love and light with you today, to join us today. I have a couple of things I want to share with you, and some announcements, and then we're going to share something very special with you this morning. Very special. Oh, Marie, there you are. I want to remind you that the men's and women's ministry groups will meet next week after service, so please plan to stick around for that. Also, looking ahead, we have a couple of dates we want to ask you to be aware of and put on your calendar. This month, the third Sunday, we usually have potluck, where we bring food and share, and we're going to do it a little differently this month. We're going to do an ice cream Sunday. Ice cream Sunday. So we're going to provide some ice cream, vanilla, chocolate, and strawberry. If there are other flavors that you would like to bring, please feel free to do that. And we'll just have some ice cream. I don't know what ice cream at 11 o'clock in the morning, but hey, it's it's summertime. It's vacation. There we go. Also, next month, on August 11th, we will have our annual picnic, which will be at the Stroh Ranch Rec Center. If you were here last year, that's the same place it was last year. If you're not familiar with that, we'll have directions for you. It's not far from here, and that's going to be after service and will end about 2:30. So again, that will also be potluck, correct? Yeah, so we will be bringing some food with that. There are welcome packets over here on the table. If you're new to us and you'd like to receive a welcome packet, please take one of those. And also there are guest cards there. We'd love to have you complete one of those. So we have a record of your attendance and have a way to contact you. Prayer box is in the back on the table as you leave. If you have a prayer request, please fill out a prayer request card, and put it in the box, and know that our practitioners pray with you for your prayer request. And speaking of practitioners, we have quite a few of those in our community, and you see them wearing the white stoles. So they are here to hold you in prayer and your consciousness. And so if you would like to have a prayer after service, please just ask them, and they'll be back in the back just waiting for you to come up and to serve you in that way. I want to say a special thanks to Janice DeBaca once again for creating our altar this morning. And I want to remind you that we have a pillow drive going on. You may see the pillows under the table over here. We are collecting pillows for the Crisis Center. When a resident leaves there, they have to discard their pillows, so they're always running low on pillows. So we are collecting pillows during the month of July. They'll be gathered here. Kenny will take them. We'll gather them and she'll take them to the Crisis Center. So thank you for organizing that, Kenny. That's a great service that we can provide. Next week, we have a very special guest who will be our speaker and musician next week. And so I want to ask Laura to say a little bit about Amy, because she is a good friend of hers.
The fabulous Amy Steinberg is coming to Colorado. Woo, woo. If you haven't seen Amy, she is a masterful vocalist, songwriter, artist, and just recently became a New Thought minister. So she's going to be here delivering music, message, just amazing talent and amazing human. So that'll be Sunday, and I'm thinking of this right now, but she and I are also doing a house concert on Friday evening in, I think it's Aurora, so you'll find us online. But come Sunday, experience her magic and all that she brings. So amysteinberg.net if you want to preview and do the internet things. Okay.
Yeah, looking forward to that. I've heard about Amy for years, and I've never met her or experienced her, so I'm looking forward to experiencing that myself. I will be here, I just won't be speaking. So thank you. Now I want to invite our board president, Jeanette Bennis, up. We have something we want to share with you this morning.
Good morning, everyone. As many of you may recall, a couple of months ago, we had Reverend Ariana Platten here, and she led us through a process where we brainstormed, or actually heart-stormed, and talked about descriptive words for our vision and mission for CSL Parker. And so the board, we took your input, and we met several times because we wanted to make sure that the finished product was something that came from our hearts, something that described our community, and something that our community could embody and say, this is who we are. And so we're presenting that to you this morning, and Reverend David will present the finished product to you. And hopefully you will, when you listen to Reverend David, you can do what we did, where he would repeat statements to us, and we would close our eyes and just feel it. And it took several rounds for us to be able to say, yes, that's it. So hopefully this is something that will feel the same for you.
It's Laura, let's just give it back to Laura.
Yeah. Oh.
So I want to just invite you to just take a moment to settle in and just breathe into your heart, if you'd like to close your eyes, to feel into this, the energy represented in this statement, which is our vision statement. Center for Spiritual Living Parker is a vibrant, nurturing, loving community, welcoming and inspiring all on their spiritual path. Just take a breath. And let me read it to you once again. Center for Spiritual Living Parker is a vibrant, nurturing, loving community, welcoming and inspiring all on their spiritual path. How does it feel? Yay? All right. All right, now once again, our mission statement. If you'll take a moment and just breathe into that, breathe into your heart, and hear these words and just feel into the energy of the words. Center for Spiritual Living Parker fosters the experience of oneness, peace, love, and joy through inspiring Sunday services, classes, workshops, and loving service to the community. Once again, Center for Spiritual Living Parker fosters the experience of oneness, peace, love, and joy through inspiring Sunday services, classes, workshops, and loving service to the community. How does that feel as you breathe into it? Feel good? Yay. Yay. Yes, yes, yes! Woo! And then we also discerned the core values, our core values, 5 core values. And they are, once again, take a moment, take a breath. And what these core values are, who we believe we are, and who we believe we are continuing to grow into. Inclusive, authentic, creative, collaborative, and kind. Inclusive, authentic, creative, collaborative, and kind. Take a breath. How does that feel? You like it? Love it? All right, so that is who we have discerned that we are, why we're here, what we're doing, who we are here to be. Of course, it's all organic, it's all moving, it's all ever expanding, and that is who we are here to be and what we're here to grow into. And so hopefully those speak to you in a powerful way. So thank you all for your input. Thank you for your energy, for your wisdom that went into creating this. Every time we got together as a board, we brought you all the energy of this community in and felt into that energy as well. So we are trusting that these statements and these core values represent us as a community. So, Marie.
Okay. So I want love as a part of the core value.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I hear you. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah. Okay. Yes.
Sorry, I forgot to say that there are copies at the table over there if you'd like to have a copy.
Mm-hmm. And yes, thank you. And what I want to say about that is a lot of times I think what happens in organizations and churches and centers that we create these statements and then we kind of just put them on a shelf. And we don't want to do that. We want to really embrace them, live into them, so you're going to be hearing them, we're going to be talking about them, I'm going to be using them in some of the talks, and so we really want to embody this vision and mission and these core values. So that's what I want to say about that. So now I want to invite Ann Grove up as our practitioner for today. She's going to share a reading with us.
Thank you. I'm going to step out of line, which is not unusual for me. I just want to thank DJ for making sure that our sound is perfect and for jumping up when it's not perfect and fixing it. So, thank you.
Yeah, DJ.
Today's reading comes from 365 Days of Richer Living by Ernest Holmes and Raymond Charles Baker. This was the reading for July 2nd. I express divinity. We all, with open face, beholding as in a glass the glory of the Lord, are changed into the same image from that glory to glory by the Spirit of the Lord. And this is from 2 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 18. Beholding the image of perfection in everything, dominion is added to glory. This refers to the continual progression of the soul. Since God is infinite, our expansion is progressive and eternal. No matter how much we experience today, the infinite has more in store for us tomorrow. We should look forward to this expansion with enthusiastic anticipation. The march of life is not a funeral dirge, but a song of triumph. Grateful for each success and each new advancement, I advance to new and greater revelations of truth, knowing that the Spirit within me is free. I am no longer bound by the patterns of yesterday. Freedom is made manifest through my thoughts, in my words, and my actions. The good that I experienced yesterday is going to be multiplied today. I cast this good upon every wind of heaven, knowing that it goes out to bless. I condition my mind to accept greater good for myself and others. I wait calmly, but with joy, for new experiences to come to me, for new opportunities for service. I expect my mind to be flooded with new ideas. I know that the Spirit of the Lord is with me and that the glory of the Lord is around me.
Oh, prepare me to be a sanctuary, pure and holy, tried and true, with thanksgiving. I am a living sanctuary for you. Oh, prepare me to be a sanctuary, pure and holy. I am tried and true, with thanksgiving. I am a living sanctuary, yeah, for you. Oh, and I am your sanctuary. God, I am yours. Oh, and I am your sanctuary. I am yours. So prepare me to be your sanctuary. I am pure and I am holy. I am tried and true, with thanksgiving. I am grateful to be living sanctuary, yeah, for you. I am your sanctuary, God. I am yours. I am your sanctuary. I am yours. So prepare me to be a sanctuary, pure and holy, tried and true, with thanksgiving. I am a living sanctuary for you.
So take a breath and take that in. As you close your eyes and take a deep breath, we allow that to be our prayer today. In this moment, we declare of us that we are an open and willing vessel for the divine life, divine love, divine spirit, wholeness, to be the very presence of that which we know ourselves to be. And as we do that, we open our hearts and we open our minds, we open every aspect of our being to receive that, to claim that, to know that. There is that one love, one life, one power, one presence, living itself in its fullness, in its wholeness. And right here, right now, each of us claims, I am that. I am that. And I am the expression of all that goodness, all that wholeness, all that love, all that light, all that peace, all that joy, all that prosperity, all that I can possibly begin to imagine as the vibrations, the energy, the qualities of that divine life. I am that, I am. And in this moment, as we claim it, I am. We claim that it demonstrates, it manifests in our lives in perfect order as we are open and willing vessels, clear, and allowing that life to have its life as each of us. And so as we take just a short time in silent reflection, I invite each one to open. And if there is anything to let go of, to release, to clear, I invite you to be willing, if, as much as you're willing, to let it go, to release it. The I am that I am, Lord, I am, that self-existent one that I am. Prepare me right here, right now, to be a sanctuary, to be that which is expressing the purity of that life. As we listen, we open. So as you breathe into that awareness, if you claim it, I am now prepared. I am now an open and willing vessel. I am that I am. And join me as we make this firm and declare together. And so it is.
No mud, no lotus. Haven't you noticed patterns of the pain in your past? to the questions you needed to ask. The sleepless nights and the dizzying heights, and the dreams, some of which came true. The tough breaks and heartaches and perfect mistakes created this version of you. And everything you go through grows you, grows you. Everything you go through, well, it grows you, exposes who you are. If it hurt, it made you softer. If it was hard, it fueled the hunger. If it touched you, your heart took hold. If it was simple, it made you wise. If it was sweet, it made you smile. Weaved an indelible impression on your soul. And your feet, they walked, and your lips, they talked, and your hands dug around for the proof. Every look, every book pictured in your mind that you took created this version of you. And everything you go through, well, it grows you, grows you. It grows you. Everything, I know everything you go through, well, it grows you. Exposes the roots of an endless summer, part-time, temporary lover, and the swoon of a deep blue sky. And as the time blew, you planted and you gathered your truth as it passed before your eyes. And the wound is where the light gets in, revealing the masterpiece just beneath your skin. And the glow of your own light, with your petals open wide, you bloom right where you are. And everything you go through, well, it grows you. Oh, it grows you. Oh, everything you go through, oh, it grows you, exposes who you are. Oh, no man, no notice. Haven't you noticed the patterns of the pain in your past? Well, the things that have broke you, well, they also woke you to the question you needed to ask.
Thank you, Laura and Tammy and Larry. Put this back a little bit. So, if you follow our newsletter, our weekly newsletter, e-newsletter, you probably saw that the title for today is perfection the goal? Isn't that the title? Is perfection the goal? As I thought about that and I pondered that, I thought, well, maybe a better question is, what if perfection already is? You know, when I got into New Thought, well, science of mind, religious science, one of the affirmations that we used many times over and over and over again was, there is one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect life. That life is my life now. There is one life. That life is God's life. That's perfect life. And that life is my life now. And so I think about that, if there is that one life and that life is perfect life, then who am I to judge that anything is imperfect? Maybe life, as we allow life to flow through us, as us, it's perfect. Maybe it's only in our own thinking that we judge it as imperfect. You think? You know, sometimes challenging, I think, for us to, well, for me, you know, it's challenging for me to realize, well, is everything really perfect? I see a lot of stuff that doesn't really seem perfect. You know, Jay and I were in Bailey for a couple of days at the end of the week. We did some hiking and some eating, some sleeping, did some meditating, some writing. One of my favorite experiences of being there was that we walked a path along the river there, and we found some rocks to sit on and just sit there. And I was watching the river flow. And just paying attention to the river and how the river just was flowing. You know, and in some places it looked like it was pretty still. In other places it was flowing over rocks. In other places it was sort of gathering along the shore. It looked like it was sort of still. It was flowing smoothly. And I thought about how the river flows. The river flows in many different ways. And the river is always flowing. Sometimes it's like rapids, isn't it? And sometimes it's like it's flowing over like a waterfall, and it's just like raging. But we can watch the river. Do we judge the river? That some of that is good and some of that is bad? That, well, it shouldn't be doing that, or it should be doing this, or da-da-da-da-da. And so as I sat there and I watched the river, I thought about that in relationship to us. You know, and we've talked about the flow a lot. We've talked about how God, source, life, energy is the very flow of life that we are here to allow to have its life as us. That we are constantly in the flow of this divine life. And very often we do call that life love. The vibration of love. And that, as Laura was singing about earlier, I get to be a sanctuary. I get to be a vessel. You get to be a vessel. And maybe we're not doing it. Maybe if we just surrender and let go and stop trying to make it be something else, we can just allow life to be its life, to have its life as us. Maybe we're not doing it. Maybe we're being done. And maybe it's all perfect. Maybe it is all perfect. And maybe, we talked about this a lot the past few weeks, is that we get into what this word resistance. We get into resistance. And what resistance is, I've come to find out for myself and understand at a deeper level, is resistance always comes from fear. It's always born of fear. When we are not allowing the flow to happen naturally in us, through us, as us, we're in some level of fear. What are we fearing? What am I fearing? I fear, and I think we all at some level fear losing control. As if we ever had it anyway. Right? We fear that we're somehow going to lose control. And what we think is if we work hard enough, we try hard enough, we push hard enough, that we are going to control what happens out here. Well, what we know is that the only thing we have control over is what happens in here. Our thinking, our feeling. That's what we have dominion over. I love this version of the serenity prayer that says, God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know it's me. It's me. That's the only thing I can really change. Right? Man, it would be nice if I could control everything you do or think. No, it really wouldn't. That would not be a good thing. So we fear that we think we have control. We think we're doing it. We think if we try hard enough, work hard enough, be good enough, that it will change. But what we know and what we teach in Science of Mind, in New Thought, is life is consciousness. Life is consciousness. What do you have control over? Your consciousness. Your energy. And as we think about being the flow of that life of God that is expressing in us, through us, as us, is our consciousness in vibrational harmony, in resonance with this vibration of love? That's all we have to think about. That's all. Sounds very simple, doesn't it? Are my thoughts, are my feelings, is my vibration in alignment with the vibrational frequency of love? And if it's not, who's responsible for that? The other thing, I heard somebody use this acronym the other day, and I thought, what are you talking about? FOMO. Fear of missing out. We fear we're going to miss out on something if we're not out there doing it, if we're not out there trying to make, fear of missing out on the next best job, the next best relationship, the next best possession, the next best whatever. And many of us in the spiritual journey are out there looking for the next best enlightenment experience. When am I going to be having that next awakening experience? Fear of missing out. So we're always working, we're always pushing. Well, that really, honestly, is founded in fear. When we're always looking for the next best thing, whatever that next best thing is. You with me on that? I'm afraid I'm going to miss out on something. As we talked about yesterday in the class, our greatest fear is the fear of our light. As Marianne Williamson reminded us, it's not our darkness that most frightens us, it's our light, it's our greatness that most frightens us. Right? Why does that frighten us so much? I think again, I was talking to Dr. Verne earlier. I love the synchronicity of how the classes are working. We're all in the same mind. We're all in the same flow. We're sort of in this space together. I think sometimes we fear our light because we think it's going to be such an enormous responsibility. I don't know that I can do that. Or if I shine my light brightly, what if somebody judges me? Well, let me tell you something. They're going to judge you anyway. They will. I mean, people will, because that's the way we work sometimes. If we're not in alignment with love. So, are we willing to take that risk? Move past that fear. Be in alignment with love. Allow it to flow. So we fear those things, I think. Well, I know it for myself. So what do we do about that? What are some things that we can do to sort of, again, we're talking about letting go of that resistance, coming back into alignment with the vibrational frequency, the flow of love. What do we do? And I think there are a few things that came to me this week. One is that to be fully engaged in the now, to be fully present with whatever is happening in the moment. What I feel about that is, and what I've experienced for myself is, even if it's stuff that you don't really want, something you might judge as imperfect, even a physical thing or finances or a relationship or whatever it is that we might be judging as imperfect, when we bring our attention and our presence to whatever it is, we in that moment, I believe, are bringing the awareness and the frequency of love to that situation. If we're in alignment with that, being present, because if we're not present with it, I was reading something. What was I reading? I was reading about someone who experienced that when she was in a great deal of pain. And she recognized that when she was able to just be with the pain, the physical pain, and experience it and inquire about it and bring love and awareness and attention to the pain, that the pain was relieved. The pain dissipated. Now, I know that's easy to say. It's not lost on me that I can stand up here in my health and well-being and say these things. It's not lost on me how easy it is for me to say that. I don't know how I would be if I was in a lot of physical pain. But what I want to invite us into is the practice of doing that now, being present with ourselves, whatever's happening. Because it's only from that place of presence that we can then make conscious, loving choices for ourselves. So be fully engaged in whatever is happening. And not just the pain, not just the stuff that you might judge as imperfect. What about being fully present for your joy? Being fully present for life, being fully present for life that shows up in the wonder and the glory, and walking in the mountains and experiencing the trees and the clouds, and the sky was so blue, and it was just, just being present in the moment can be so healing. The other thing I want to suggest to us is to practice gratitude. Jay and I have an acquaintance, a friend from Dallas when we were there, a musician, a singer, songwriter, and he went through some very difficult times years ago with alcohol and different things. And Jay showed me a video the other day that he had made and recorded, and he said he practiced. This was his practice. He said when he was sitting in his apartment, the lights were turned off. He didn't know how the electricity was going to be turned back on. All he could do was say, "Thank you." When his wife moved all the furniture out of the apartment, filed for divorce, all he could do was say, "Thank you. Thank you." What are we saying thank you to or for? Not necessarily for the situation, but just thank you to life for showing up. No mud, no lotus. Right? No mud, no lotus. Can we trust and give thanks to life for showing up perfectly for us, exactly what we need in every moment to teach us, to grow us, to show us where we might be out of alignment with love? Can we just say, thank you? So I invite us into that this week. Just whatever's happening in your life, if you find yourself stuck in traffic, thank you. Yeah? See how that changes your energy. You're not necessarily going to change the traffic flow, but imagine how different you will be in the presence of that. Thank you. And the other thing, the last thing I want to invite us into is to cultivate a sense of wonder and awe. Cultivate a sense of wonder and awe. And again, that asks us to be very present. Because I believe when we are really present with whatever is life is expressing in the moment, just that life is expressing in the moment, is an opportunity for awe, is it not? Every moment is an opportunity for awe if we're just open and wonder, this sense of wonder. If you want to do that with your pets, just be with your pet and experience a life. I don't have any pets, but experience the life. We have this plant on our front porch now it's a sago palm, and it has new sprouts that come up out of it. And I am just in awe of the life that is moving through that plant. Find another person if you're willing to take that risk. Be with that other person with great wonder and curiosity. Look into their eyes and sense the life God that is living in that one that you don't know. And let that be revealed to you with wonder and awe. And find that beauty and the harmony and the connection with another person. How could you not be in awe of that? How could you not? And that's risky, isn't it? Maybe you want to do it with your partner, your lover, your spouse. Maybe that can be risky. But I just invite you to check that out. So whatever it is that can help us to realign with the flow, and those are just a few suggestions. Be fully present, fully engaged. Practice gratitude for everything. And cultivate this sense of wonder and awe. I wonder what's going to be revealed to me today. And I wonder how that life of God is expressing itself in you. How can you reveal to me God in our connection? So is it perfect? Is perfection the goal? No. Our goal maybe is to see perfection in every moment. To experience the perfection of the life of God, the perfection of love expressing in every moment. That's the goal. So take a moment with me, take a breath. Allow that breath, be present with that breath. Breathe into the awareness of the breath. Breathe into the awareness of what is impulsing the breath. That you are not breathing, you are being breathed. That there is life that is breathing you into being right here, right now. That every heartbeat is life pulsing in and through and as you this moment. There is one life. One life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect life. That life is your life and my life now. I invite you to say that with me. There is one life. That life is God's life. that life is perfect life.
Life
That life is my life now.
Life is my life.
And let's affirm it together by saying, and so it is. Thank you. Let's take a breath. So now is our opportunity as we come together to support this community through our gifts, offerings. I know that many of you give in many other ways, and so we appreciate that, all the ways that that energy flows through us. If you're going to share today, I invite you to hold that in your hands. If you've shared in other ways, I invite you just to imagine you're holding that in your hands as well. And as you breathe in, breathe that life out from your heart and bless whatever it is that you are going to share or have shared, knowing that you are the expression of that life, and all that you give is given as that life expressing. We know this to be our truth, and we claim it together by saying, and so it is.
All the money that the world could hold, mountains made of solid gold, riches that could buy my dreams. I know you are better than all these things. The prettiest face to turn their eyes, beauty that could hypnotize, the open doors that looks may bring. You are better than all these things. Your love is better than life. You are the well that won't run dry. I have tasted, I have seen. You are better than all these things. Power that could shake the moon, most important one in every room, status matched by only things. You are better than all these things. Your love is better than life. You are the well that won't run dry. I have tasted, I have seen. Oh, you are better than all these things. I know your love is better than life. You are the well that never runs dry. I have tasted and I have seen. Oh, you are better than all these things. Being liked and loved by everyone, approval that outshines the sun, cheered by all who think of me. You are better than all these things. You are better than all these things. Oh, your love is better than life. Oh, you are the well that won't run dry. I have tasted and I have seen. Oh, you are better than all these things. Oh, your love is better than life. And you are the well that never runs dry. I have tasted, I have seen. Oh, you are better than all these things. You are better than all these things. You are better than all these things.
Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I invite you to stand if you're willing and able to do that as we once again breathe into the awareness that we are constantly in the divine flow of that life. As we open, as we attune to the vibration of love, the wholeness, vitality, peace, love, and joy that moves in and through and as each of us. And we are so grateful for the way it shows up in so many manifestations in our lives. These gifts and offerings just being one of them. So breathe into that place of gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. And let us say together, thank you. Thank you. And we are grateful. And so it is. So it is.
Yeah, come on now. Woo! We are singing, we are praying, we are calling a new earth. We are singing, we are praying, we are calling a new, let's sing that again. We are singing, we are praying, we are calling a new earth. We are singing, we are praying, we are calling a new earth. We open our bodies to listen. We dream the world awake. We hold to the starlight vision. Our love is a vow we make. We are singing, we are praying, we are calling a new earth. We are singing, we are praying, we are calling a new, one more time with feeling. We are singing and we are praying,